Now, stigma, rejection, and discrimination remains a reality for many individuals infected or affected by HIV/AIDS. In Kenya, a community-based organization called the Springs Ministries is helping orphans and widows who are either HIV and AIDS positive or affected by the disease. The ministry is enabling widows and children and even child-headed households to become self-reliant. For more on the initiative, we are joined by Margaret Auma, Executive Director of the Springs Ministries. Ms. Auma, welcome to In Focus.
Thank you so much.
Now, first, just give me a sense of how serious the stigma and rejection is in the area where you operate from. In
I operate in the Nyanza province of Kenya, and the young widows who are infected by HIV/AIDS most of the times are seen as they are the people who have killed the men, because most of the times you find men die first. And anytime a man dies, the brothers, the sisters, maybe even the mother may say, it is this girl, this lady who has brought the disease in our home. So once the man dies, they can either tell you to go back to your home where you were born, or they just get rid of you, not minding where you're going. And most of the times they tell you either to go with the children, or they can decide that you remain, the children remain, but you go. So you find the young women who become widowed at a very early age, they are so stigmatized that sometimes even when they are infected, they may not even talk about it. And most of the times, because they are rural women, they may not even know what has killed the husbands, or they may not even know that they themselves are infected.
Yeah. So here we're talking about two groups. We have the children who are left behind with the widows, and then we have the widows. You have an organization. Tell us about how you help these two groups.
Because of the stigma that the widows face, we try to band them in groups, community-based and church-based groups in various areas, various communities, various churches, so that they get moral support, that the older widows can take care of the younger ones. The younger ones, when they are confused, they don't know where to go. At least there's an older widow or somebody who had been widowed earlier on to go to for some comfort and counseling. So we band them in groups, and after banding them in groups, we also let them have the orphans that have been left maybe completely no parent, no parents, both parents are dead. So the widow group takes care of the orphans that have been left without the parents. And so we make sure that this group becomes another support for the children that are left without the parents. And they put them in their homes. Some of them can bring in these children that have been left, total orphans, into their homes. But most of the times you find the burden is with the grandmothers. If a daughter was married in another part of the country and she dies there, the children will always come back to their grandmother here. Together with the sons, when they die, the children will always get back to their grandmothers. So the burden is mainly with the grandmothers.
So how many children, how many orphans are you taking care of right now?
Yeah, the Springs Ministry is having an orphanage, is running an orphanage. And the children we are hosting at the orphanage are from the widow groups that are in various communities. So every child belongs to a group. So currently we are having 40 children in our orphanage.
That's quite a number.
Yes.
And quickly, the women are involved in some economic activities. How do you determine what they could do, and how are they benefiting from those programs?
Yeah, what we have realized that when the women die, when the mothers die, the girl child in the family will always take the parental role. And most of the times may be pushed into early marriage so that she gets some money to take care of the siblings. So when we realized that, we decided to start an empowerment center for the young girls, so that it's like we are caging them here, and we train them on various skills. Tailoring, dressmaking, beadwork for 2 years, then they can be self-reliant.
Thank you very much, and we wish you well. Thank you, Ms. Auma, for joining us today. Margaret Auma is the Executive Director of the Springs Ministries in Kisumu, Kenya.